My name is Amy St. Pierre. I'm from Hopkinton. I am here today as a parent who is deeply concerned about my daughter's safety in the school and the response to a serious act of violence upon my child. On November 25th, the day before the holiday break, my daughter was physically assaulted by a male classmate. This was not a minor incident or a mutual conflict. My daughter was faced with a visibly angry, aggressive male student charging at her with no way to defend herself, and in fear, she curled up in the fetal position on the ground, placing her hands on her head to protect herself. While she was on the ground, the student started yelling, pulling her hair, repeatedly kicking her in the back and in her tailbone. This male student had to be physically removed off of my daughter by its staff, at which time the male assaulted the two staff members. Equally concerning is the lack of response that followed. According to the school's handbook, incidents involving physical assault require specific action. This is referenced on page 19. Despite the severity of the incident, law enforcement was never notified of this incident on the day of the assault by administration or any day following this incident. When acts of violence on a student occur and an established safety protocols are not followed, it sends a dangerous message to students, parents, and the community that these actions can be minimized or handled quietly rather than addressed with the seriousness they demand. My daughter is now looking over her shoulder. She's not confident and safe at school. A safety plan was in place for this male student to stay away from my daughter prior to the assault. If this was actually implemented, it would have prevented this harm from my child. Any further safety plan, I have no trust in the school in using their available resources to keep my child safe from the offender. Policies exist for a reason, to protect children when they are most vulnerable. Ignoring these policies put all students at risk, all kids, all the time. Even more alarming is this was not an isolated incident. 10 days following the assault on my daughter, there was an incident involving a female student being assaulted by a male student at the school dance at the middle school that was also not addressed with an incident or phone call to law enforcement. This demonstrates a troubling pattern and raises serious concern for student safety. I want accountability, transparency, and immediate corrective action. I want to know why policy was not followed, why law enforcement was not notified, why the offender was allowed back in school the following school day after Thanksgiving break, and what concrete steps will be taken to ensure this does not happen again. Our children deserve a safe, distraction-free learning environment and a system that responds decisively with safety in mind for something violated. My daughter is 10 years old. She's a little girl who was playing a game in the gym with her peers. The whole 5th grade class witnessed this, the assault on my daughter, where she had to physically cover herself and were in fear for her own safety. The student was removed by two staff members who were assaulted. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Mrs. St. Pierre.